and protecting kids, ensuring that they are not neglected or abused. But my question is, are you neglecting yourself? Are you neglecting yourself by not working on yourself? Are you neglecting yourself by not giving to yourself? So I'm Dr. Jessica Houston, founder of expectingvictory.com. I hope that everyone is doing well today. I was just really thinking about a conversation that I had with one of my life coaching clients, and just the conversation around her significant other and how he behaves and all of that. And my thing is, and has always been, and trust me, I had to learn this myself. I've been with my husband for 16 years. So, oh gosh, I could do a whole other training on that. But I had to learn that you cannot control others. You cannot control anyone. You can't force them to change. You can't make them change. You can't make them want to change. And until they are ready to change, there's nothing that you can do about it. And really, all you can do is work on you. And then if you feel like, I just can't tolerate this, then you know what the other option is. Otherwise, take the focus off of them and work on you, right? You can teach people how to treat you. You can teach them what you will and will not tolerate. Oh my goodness. And so, yes, those who are close to you, they know how to push your buttons. They know, they know exactly where it is. But you're not required to respond in a negative way. You're not required to get offended, upset, angry, go into a state of rage. Listen, I've done all of them. I don't want to admit it, but I have. And I've done that because I had not worked on myself enough to recognize that I can't give someone else the key to my emotions. I cannot give someone else the key to my emotions. I can't allow them to turn on my happiness and turn it off, to turn on my joy and turn it off. Like, I got to be in control of that. I've got to own my joy. I've got to own my happiness. I've got to own my peace, right? And so what I want you to recognize is that even though the environment might not change, the person might not change, you can change. And you can change your emotional response to what is going on around you. And so when I say work on yourself, what do I mean? There are several things that I believe that you can do on a continual basis in order to work on yourself. So the first one is for you to become more self-aware, right? You've got to know what lights you up, what ticks you off. You got to know your response to crisis situations. How do you respond in a crisis? How do you respond when you're offended? How do you respond when you're sad, when you're rejected? How do you respond when you're frustrated? Like, what is your go-to? Do you shut down? Do you go off? What do you do? Right? You need to be aware of that so that you can work on it. The other thing is you've got to be able to learn how to identify your negative habits, right? And then you've got to address them. And then you've got to identify your negative thought patterns, right? And you got to address those. You cannot allow your mind to run you. You can't allow your negative habits to run you, because all it is self-sabotage. If every time things don't go your way, you blow up or you quit or you participate in negative self-talk, saying, oh, things never work out for me. Oh, it's too hard. This is not fair. Everyone else when you go into that mode, you're going into self-defeat. And if you are in self-defeat mode, you don't need any outside force to try to defeat you, because you've already done it. So you want to identify and break those negative habits and thought patterns. You also want to take care of your physical health, your mental health, your emotional health, your financial health. Like, that's working on yourself, taking care of you. Where are you not a 10? On a scale of 1 to 10, where am I with my physical health? Where am I with my mental health? Where am I with my financial health? Can I do better in that area? How am I responding to tough and challenging situations? Again, you want to be aware and you want to make sure that you are taking care of yourself in those areas, meaning you're not waiting until the challenge occurs, until a breakdown occurs, until a crisis occurs. You are being proactive and working on yourself daily so that when the challenge comes, you are equipped to handle it. Whew. Like that is a really good feeling. Like, it's like having an emergency fund. Like, oh, you don't want to spend $1,000 to get something fixed, but if you've already got it set aside, you'll be in a much better position, right? So be proactive. What other ways can you work on yourself? You can learn something new, learn a new skill, read a book, watch videos like this. You can continue to become a better version of yourself, make yourself more marketable. It could be as a leader, it can be as a team member, it can be as a business owner. I can't decide for you what that future version of you looks like, but I can say that you should be stepping into that version of you now and preparing to step into it. And then last but not least, you got to protect your peace. Like, that is working on you. That is loving you. That is showing you that you care about you. And so I'm not saying that you need to take away what you're giving and pouring, but I am saying that you've got to set aside some of your time and some of your energy for you. Work on yourself. Love on yourself. Say, hey, Jessica, this is what I do to myself. Jessica, I believe in you. Jessica, you've got this. Like, you got to do that. You got to do that positive self-talk for yourself. You might not have anybody else to hype you up. You might not have a coach, right? You might not have someone that can tell you you've got this, but you can tell you that. And guess what? I'm telling you that today.